In today's session, we're going to take you through how to write your pillars, and the framework within this is going to save you years of your life. Over the time and my experience being in the coaching industry since 1996, I've seen so many people struggle to try to put their content in a way to communicate it without overwhelming people so that it doesn't kill the sale. Now, I'm going to take you through your 3 pillars. It's going to absolutely change how you sell anything that you do in regards to your coaching program. So you can thank me when you're at the top. Now, the 3 pillars are going to be specifically used in your piece of content, and they're going to be an instrumental piece in the sales consultation process. And the reason being is because, unfortunately, you will communicate too much information on the consultation process. So I'm going to have to simplify what you do and bring it down to 3 elements. Now you're going to say, Ed, I teach way more than 3 things. That's fine. It's not a problem. But people can't process a loads of information. So we're going to be picking like the 3 highest chunks. So it's the easier for them to understand, thus they can actually buy. Now, I guarantee you, regardless of your experience, you know too much already. The reason that people suck at sales is they over communicate. The reason that most coaches don't convert is because they over coach. And so this is going to be an absolute game changer for you. Hundreds, if not thousands of clients have given us incredible feedback around this module. And so I'm really excited to get into it with you. Now, as always, here's the landscape view. The ad is going to have elements of the 3 pillars, but the 3 pillars are really going to come in your one piece of content and the content consultation sale. And so as we go through these modules, I'm building on top of it every step of the way so that, they join your signature program easily. And of course, your signature program is going to cover more than just those 3 key elements, but they're buying on those 3 key elements, and then you're deepening it within your signature program so that they join your list. And remember, you have an asset there for the rest of your life. And so look, I am really excited for this module. It is an absolute beautiful module. Well over 15 years of refining this module alone. So really enjoy it and take it in, and let's go. So what you're going to get from today's session, I'm going to take you through why you need just 3 pillars. What are your 3 pillars? How to write your 3 pillars, what this means for your future, and tasking to complete now. Right, so why you need just 3 pillars. Your client lives with an overwhelmed head that's blown up most of the time. They need a quick way of understanding an overview to buy your program. Your problem statement gets them hooked. You help niche who have this specific problem, right, get the desire that they want, right, through the program name, which is the outcome that they want. And this is like, the process. Your 3 pillars explain how they will get the result, but it's what they will need. So you're just explaining what they need, not the detail of how they do it. The detail of how they do it will obviously be in your program. So without this, they will not buy. This is a very important part of the buying process. They won't be able to fully understand what you're talking about without this, but they will get an idea and they will make sense to them. It's not, as I said, all of the detail. It's an overview. This will make up the logical part of the sales process within the closer process, which is coming in section 2. 3 is a magic number, just the right amount of information that someone can digest. If you give them too much information, it will confuse them. I do not want to see 8 pillars, right? 58 pillars, no. Right? Confused people say no because they're confused. Confuse them, you lose them. 3 pillars is the optimum amount, not too much, not too little, it's just right. So what are your 3 pillars? All right, they are the highest essential component elements, pillars of your program. They solve your client's problem. So they can understand by how your program will get them to your outcome. That's it. The pillars answer the problem they are having. Business is what? Problem solution. If there is no problem, there is no solution. I have this problem is what your client's going to say. I have this problem. The pillar is the solution. That's how it goes. Okay, there's going to be 3. Your problem your client has, right? Problem your client has. The pillar is the solution to that problem. The second problem your client has, pillar number 2, is the solution to their problem. The third problem your client has, pillar number 3, your solution to their problem. It's that simple. So what are your 3 pillars? Problem your client says in their language. Pillar, your solution to their problem. You said that problem earlier. Here's the solution in your pillar, right? So e.g. men's dating niche, right? They're going to say, I feel very self-conscious when I know I'm going to speak to a woman. So you're going to say, look, when you said you feel really self-conscious when you're going to speak to a woman, pillar number 1 is to get your mind in a positive state to feel good about talking to women. It's that simple. Do you get it? Right? So they're going to say, but I don't know what to say to women. And when you're in the closure process, you're going to be saying, when you said earlier, I don't know what to say, you said, I don't know what to say to women. Well, pillar number 2 is knowing what to say in a range of different situations. It's that simple. All right. And they're going to say, oh, look, I've never secured a date before. And if I do, it's by luck. Earlier when you said, I've never secured a date before, and if I do, it's by luck. Pillar number 3, knowing how to secure your first date. It's that simple. Okay, so pillar number 1, getting your mind in a positive state to feel good about talking to women. Pillar number 2, knowing what to say in a range of different situations. Pillar number 3, knowing how to secure your first date. Okay, so it'll look like this. The problem is insecure about approaching. So pillar number 1 is creating a positive internal state. All right. The problem your client is having, I don't know what to say to attract to get my first date. Confident conversation openers, pillar number 2. All right. So you're making it like clean, concise, so it's easy to understand. Problem number 3, I don't know how to get a date. Pillar number 3, securing high value dates fast. That simple. Okay. So weight loss for women niche example. All right. I've tried to lose weight in the past and I failed. Earlier when you said on the consultation, you've tried to lose weight in the past and you failed. Well, pillar number 1 is getting your mind ready for change and breaking the old patterns. So it's the solution to the problem. When you said earlier, look, I never know what to eat and I'm more confused than ever. Pillar number 2 is calculating your macros for your specific goal and the foods that you want. That's simple, okay? And so your client problem, when it comes to exercise, I give up or injure myself. And when you said earlier, when it comes to exercise, I give up on, and injure myself. Well, pillar number 3 is training protocols designed to you so you see 2 pound a week loss consistently, right? So pillar number 1, getting your mind ready for change and breaking old patterns. Pillar number 2, calculating your macros for your specific goal and the foods that you want. Pillar number 3, training protocols designed to you so you see 2 pound a week loss consistently. So pillar number 1, tried and failed in the past. That's the problem. Pillar number 1, goddess mindset. We take you through the goddess mindset so that in the past, you've tried and failed. So this time we're going to make sure your mindset is ready to accept weight loss, right? Problem, I don't know what to eat anymore. Pillar number 2, calorie counting without restricting, right? Pillar number 3, I don't know how to train effectively. Pillar number 3, the pyramid exercise system, right? And so that's your method, right? It's really simple. Okay, property flipping. This is a different niche. I don't even know where to start finding deals. Do you know when you said earlier, I don't know, when you said earlier, I don't know like where to start finding deals. Well, pillar number 1 is how to find the right deals. It's really that simple, guys. But how do I know a deal is a deal though? Do you know earlier when you said, how do you know a deal is a deal? That's why we do pillar number 2, how to calculate the deal. Oh, okay, cool. But how do I make the most from the deal? Do you know when you said earlier, how do I make the most from the deal? Well, that's why we do pillar number 3, flipping the deal and leveraging the profit. So it looks like how to find the right deal, pillar number 1, how to calculate the deal, and flipping the deal to leverage the profit. These are overviews again. The problem is I can't find deals. So pillar number 1, the solution, finding the right deals. This is what you need to do. You're not telling them how to do it. You're telling them what it is that they do. How do I know it's a good deal? Pillar number 2, deal evaluation. All right. How do I get the most out of the deal? Pillar number 3, leveraging the deal for maximization. So for example, if If you were on a consultation call and you wanted to explain exactly how you do your program, you say, well, we take you through 3 core pillars: finding the right deals, deal evaluation, leveraging the deal for maximization. Do you see how clean that is? It's so clean. All right, mindset niche. I keep getting blocked by the same problem recurring over and over again. Look, do you know when you said, when you said I keep getting blocked by the same problem recurring over and again? That's why we do pillar number 1, how to find the root cause of the problem. All right, I'm not sure if it can be cured and it seems to always come back. You know when you said earlier, it seems to always come back. Pillar number 2, how to break negative beliefs and stop the recurring cycle. Make sense? All right, I never seem to make the transformation last though. Pillar number 3, how to re-strengthen new habits to make the transformation last. So pillar number 1, how to find the root cause of the problem, how to break negative beliefs and stop recurring cycles, how to re-strengthen new habits to make the transformation last. All right, so pillar number 1, the block is thinking blocks me. Thinking blocks me. Pillar number 1, get clear on the root cause of the problem. All right, repeat patterns keep coming back is the problem. Breaking the recurring cycle is pillar number 2, the solution. It doesn't seem to last. Pillar number 3, creating lasting new habits. Okay, and so look, just a heads up, if you're ever, having problems trying to find your sequence of, your A's to B's, your success plan for your program, this is one of the quickest ways to do it. You need ideas. Type in Amazon your keyword. Look at the top book in your category. So for example, if you were looking at, e.g., how to talk to women, go over to Amazon, type in the top, how to talk to women, and look at the books that come up. And this is a book that comes up. How to talk to women, get her to like you, want you without effortlessly fun conversation and never running out of anything to say. How to approach women, dating psychology, and what women really want. Okay, so what happens is, look at that. All right, you can look inside at the chapter headings or by the book for inspirations or by the book, and notice the key elements that they choose. So they start, part 1 is fundamentals, and chapter 1 is your mindset and how it affects how people view you. So notice it started with a mindset as well, which makes sense, right? And then the next element was self-accountability and self-worth, how to destroy your own self-worth. And again, you don't have to copy this. It's just ideas. A book is the same as a online program module, right? Module by module by module. I had a speaker training, for example, and I took a load of programs. A load of people asked me how to become a speaker, so I did a speaker program. I read, most of the books in that, and some of the stuff I really disagreed with because they started in chapter 1 telling people how to speak, whereas where I started in my speaker training is actually getting your body confident first in front of people without speaking. Game changer. All right. Anyway, on this, step 3, notice the key elements that they choose and adapt it into your own words. So notice the element number 3 here is the alpha male truths and myths. So how to become a lone wolf and masculinity and dominance. So I'd avoid these sorts of things, right? So look, that's just a way of getting ideas. Next step, how to write your 3 pillars. Okay, how to write your 3 pillars. Very clear here. Step 1, get clear on the transformation. Step 2, list out essential problems and steps. That's where you can get some ideas from books, etc., or other people's programs. Check the core pillars make sense and are concise. Develop your high-level promise, and then create a short explanation for your pillars. This will be critical in the closer process. Okay, so look, here's how it goes. Here's getting clear on the transformation. This is what it looks like. Okay, so they're in this position of unhappy. They're in this undesired place where they are now. They're stressed and they want to get unstressed. It's as simple as that. They don't know how to do a Facebook ad. They do know how to do a Facebook ad. They are in a position where they're going, I hate my life. I love my life. Okay, I don't know how to talk to women. I do know how to talk to women. Whatever it may be, okay? It's the same process, yeah? From A to B. So wherever they are, your client will be in a place where they don't know how to have clients automation. They do know how to get clients automation. They don't know how to lose weight. They do know how to lose weight. They don't know how to get a relationship. They do know how to get a relationship. They don't know how to cure arthritis. They do know how to cure arthritis. They don't know how to live healthy. They do whatever. You get it? Right, point A to point B. What's the quickest kind of way? So for example, male dating, right? Undesired place, weak mindset, no skills, and no dates. Very precise. To a point of confident mindset, skills to talk to women, securing dates regularly. Very clear output. All right, so get very clear on the outcome. So weight loss for women niche, failure mindset, low self-esteem, binge eating, no control, gaining weight, and yo-yo dieting. To a place of strong mindset, self-confidence, body confidence, consistent weight loss, strong routine. Make sense? Okay, property flipping. No deals, don't know how to get deals, don't know how to evaluate a deal, low to no cash flow from any deal. Very specific. To know how to locate deals, know how to know if it is a deal, X amount of secured deals, and X amount of cash flow created, etc. Mindset niche. Weak mindset, negative beliefs, overwhelmed, anxiety, not following through, goals not achieved. Strong mindset, reconditioned beliefs, clear and focused on tasking, goals being achieved, accountability in place. Very clear. Okay, so how to write your pillars, get clear on the transformation. We've done that. Now you're going to list out essential problem steps. Now, just a heads up for the clear on transformation, do not write hundreds of different words. Maximum 3 to 4, just a heads up. Okay, now we're going to list out essential problems and go deeper into it. So this is how it looks. Okay, so you've got male dating, understanding mindset, skills to talk to women, securing dates regularly. So now write down, list out essential problem steps. Okay, so understanding the mindset, right? Notice the steps will come from the questions that your clients say and the problems they say they have. That's why this is the quickest way to get really good, is by talking to people and thus doing consultation styles. That's why a phone funnel is the best. Call application funnel is the best. I don't know how to get into a positive state, right? Here's some of the things that will say. I don't know how to avoid negative loops. I don't know how to practice getting into state, so that you teach those things. Make sense? All right. And then skills to talk to women. I don't know how to approach. I don't know what to avoid in the approach. I don't know how to ask great questions. So that's what you teach, right? Securing dates regularly. I don't know how to build trust. I don't know how or what to say. I don't know what not to say. Okay. So like, that's kind of like what you're going to teach in your program, but you're noticing that there's the highest understanding mindset, skills to talk to women, securing dates regularly, right? So how to write your pillars. We've done clear transformation, listed out essential problems and steps. Now we've got to check the core pillars make sense and are concise. Now in this point, we look at that and we say, you know, like now we're getting into a positive state, avoiding negative loops, practicing getting into state. Those are the things that we're going to be teaching off the back of those problems. Skills to talk to women, how to approach, how to not approach, frameworks for great questions, etc. Securing dates regularly, understanding trust, what to say, what not to say. We're just checking, all right, are these the best for our top pillars? Because if they're not, we would swap some of them out. So it's the clear, you know, notice it's the highest chunk. Understanding mindset, for example, all right, that's the overview of what you're teaching. That makes sense, okay? It's concise. Now, if it wasn't, we would get more precise. Skills to talk to women, how to approach, how to not approach, frameworks. Yes, that makes sense. Okay, securing dates regularly. So we understanding trust, what to say. Okay, cool. So those make sense. Okay. So how to write your pillars. We are clear on transformation, where they are to where they want to be in a couple of words. List out some essential problem steps so you know what that you're going to teach in your program. Just keep it simple. Don't worry about it. Again, you'll get better at this when you just go straight to live and you teach people live. It will start to fall into place. Check the core pillars. Like, just make sure they're concise, they make sense, and then, you know, they work. Now you're going to develop a high-level promise. How does that look? Develop a high-level promise. So all you're doing, this is going to be a 3-pillar approach. So when someone says, well, how do you get the result? You tell them what you do. This is going to be a 3-pillar approach to get you from current situation. So you say those words, those three kind of words that you've written down, to the desired situation, okay, in approximate time frame. That's a high level promise. Okay, so here's how it looks. This is going to be a 3-pillar approach to get you from current situation to desired situation in approximate time frame. One more time, this is going to be a 3-pillar approach to get you from no dates, not being confident, to confidently securing dates every week in less than 7 weeks. That's a high level promise. Notice how clean and concise that is. Okay, so you're going to do that. You're going to have something really nice, clean and concise. How to write your 3 pillars. We've done clear transformation from where they are to where they want to be. You've listed out essential problem steps. You've checked the core pillars make sense. You've developed a simple high level promise, which is just using what you said in step 1. That's all you did. All right, and you put a time frame on there. Step 5, create a short explanation for your pillars. So here's how it goes. All right, problem. There's a pillar, means, why, and questions. All right, these are the essential process. You just keep this. You're going to written it down. You're going to get so good at this. This is what you're going to be repeating over and over again in your closer process. So problem. You know, you said earlier, you're going to restate the problem that they said. I've been doing this with you already. Explain how the pillar fixed the problem. Short, concise, logical explanation. Which means you get this emotional benefit. And why the motivation to buy, why this is the best way. And you talk about the fact that it's a faster way to get the outcome as per the method. There's an old way and there's your way, which is quicker. And then what questions do you specifically have about this? And so that is what you're going to practice. So you have this framework and you're going to be using that in your consultation sessions later. So here's how it goes. You know, you said earlier that you felt unconfident and insecure and can't even approach someone you like. So obviously you've done your consultation process, and when you're explaining the actual pitch, this is what you do. You know, you said earlier that you feel unconfident and insecure and you can't even approach someone you like. Pillar number 1. This is why we start with pillar number 1, understanding your mindset so you can feel confident and capable about approaching someone you like. That's it. You've just repeated their words. This means that you won't have to worry about spending Saturday nights alone watching TV with no one who loves you. Why this is the best way forward. Without the right training, this is not possible to break. Without the right thinking, this will never actually get any better. A lot of people think in time it will get better. However, you already know that nothing has changed in a long time, so waiting or learning the wrong things can actually be very destructive. What questions do you have specifically about that? And that is what you do for every pillar. That's it. No more, no less. Keep it that simple. Now, again, just do the best you can to write these out. All right. It will come much easier. We're going to go through the closer process in section 2. We're still in section 1 right now. Okay. And so you're doing absolutely amazing. All right. Do the best that you can. As I said, repeat the modules if you don't get it. You will need to repeat this a couple of times. As you speak to more people, it will make more sense. It's like trying to understand a bike before you start riding it. You actually have to get on the bike. And so I promise you, it will all come into place when you start riding the bike. So keep going through, do the tasking, all right, as we design it, how to write your pillars, get clear on the transformation, list out essential problems, do the best you can, check the core pillars make sense, post in the group for help if you need it, develop your high-level promise. Again, go to a consultation clinic if you've got any problems with that. Create a short explanation of your pillars and you're good to go. All right, that is going to be a game changer for you. Now, you're going to do this module a couple of times. As you start doing your consultation sessions, you can come back and get even clearer on this. So what this means for your future is this. Most never have a way of saying how to get a client a result without waffling for ages. You have it now. This will save you a lot of time, enable you to generate millions. No BS. This is incredibly valuable to you. Most fail in sales because they are not clear. This will make it very easy and clear for you to explain your processes. Right? This will get better and better if you go forward and keep on moving forward. Remember the high performance cycle. As you get better You understand your client's problem better. You sell more clients. Because you sell them, you serve them more. Because you serve them more, you get the problem better. Because you get the problem better, your program becomes better. Because your program gets better, your clients' results become better. And thus you become better. And then you keep getting better. Avoid complaining or blaming or overthinking. Just get it done. Please do not make this harder than it needs to be. If you start becoming a victim and overthinking this, it's going to slow you down. You lose the right to claim any result if you start blaming. It's not difficult. This is on you. This is not difficult. A duck can do this. You follow a simple process. Get on with it. Let's go, okay? Your future is waiting for you to claim it when you do the work to get it. All right, summary of what you got. We went through why you need your 3 pillars, what are your 3 pillars, how to write your 3 pillars, and what this means for your future. Tasking to complete now. Let's get it done. Here's a tasking for you to complete now. Complete your tasking now. Just complete writing out your pillars and post in the group. Set a countdown timer. 60 minutes to complete this task is all you need. It can be done in a lot less. We've had clients bang it out in 10 minutes. Anything more than that and you're overthinking. 60 minutes is by like a ton of time. If I gave you, if I give you 60 minutes, you'll take 60 minutes. If I give you like 5 hours, you'll take 5 hours. Right? It really is not difficult. As I said, I've had many clients do it in less than 10 minutes. Okay, again, how you write your pillars, we're going to get clear on your transformation, list out your central problem steps, check the core pillars make sense and are concise, develop your high-level promise, create a short explanation for your pillars. All right, clear on the transformation. Remember, it's just from point A to point B, right where they are now to where they want to be, a couple of sets of words. All right, list out the essential problem steps. List out the essential, like pillar number 1, understanding mindset. I don't know how to get a positive mindset. Don't know how to avoid negative loops. Don't know how to practice getting in state. Okay, skills to talk to women. I don't know how to approach. I don't know how, what to avoid in the approach. I don't know how to ask great questions. Securing dates regularly. Pillar number 3. I don't know how to build trust. I don't know what to say. I don't know what not to say. Okay, so that's transformation. List out essential steps. Check the core pillars make sense and concise. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, cool. Let's get that high-level promise. This is going to be a 3-pillar approach to get you from current situation to desired situation. You've just written them down in an approximate time frame, 7 weeks, etc. You name it. It doesn't matter. All right. It's, as you start to get your program quicker, just make the time frame shorter. We've had clients in less than 2 weeks get a massive ROI. Some people that become snails take a lot longer and become a victim, but just give them a short time frame. How to write your pillars, clear transformation, list out essential steps, make sure it makes sense, high level promise, create a short explanation for your pillars, which is problem. You said earlier, right? That thing that you were really struggling with. Well, that's exactly why we start with pillar number 1. All right. That's why we do that. All right. You said earlier you were tired of posting on social media day in, day out. Right. That's exactly why pillar number 1, we get your offer, your message dialed in so you can leverage lead flow. So whether you've got social media audience or ads, we're going to get lead flow into one funnel, which means look, I'm on the means, which means you have a way of acquiring a client and you have potential leads coming through. And why this is the best way is because once this is set up, you are good to go for life, right? Which means that you can run ads, right? You can scale, you can take as many people on, and you just need to close them over a consultation. It means you have high level profit at the front end, means that you can start to spend more on creating a better program. What questions do you have specifically about this? All right. And so you practice. This is what we're going to be saying in the closer process. And so you practice this framework: problem, pillar, means, why, questions. Problem, pillar, means, why, questions. Okay. Ed, I don't know. Just choose your best options available now. Done is better than perfect. Let's just get it done. Get this done as quick as possible. This is easy. It will get better as you get better. What do we say? Don't get bitter, get better. All right. Nothing happens if you do not do this. If you can't complain about no results, if you don't complete this now, all right, you make a decision just like completing just now to complete this. It's just like brushing your teeth. Just do it. You make a decision now to complete this. It's just like having a shower. Okay. As always, complete your tasking now. We're here for you every step of the way. We got your back, yo. As always, no matter what happens, never give up on your dreams, y'all. My name is Ed JC Smith, and I cannot wait to see you on the next module. Let's go, 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 go.